Welcome to Higher Power, the show where we cut through the noise and get real about hiring. I'm Kim Frost, founder of Frost Connections, and after 25 plus years in the search industry, I've seen what works and what absolutely doesn't. If you're a founder, CEO, VP, or HR leader who's tired of bad hires and ready to build a team that actually fits your culture and vision, you're in the right place. Let's get into it. Welcome back to Higher Power. I'm Kim Frost. Today we're talking about something great leaders do consistently and some things most leaders don't even know they're missing. What is that? Stay interviews. Nope, it's not performance reviews. They're not annual check-ins. It's not, hey, how's it going in the hallway? I'm talking about intentional, proactive conversations designed to keep your best people before they start imagining a future without you. And here's the truth. Most leaders don't know what a stay interview is. And of those leaders that do know what a stay interview is, they don't know how to do one. And they definitely don't know the ROI of doing them well. But great leaders, they get it. They understand that retention isn't reactive. It's strategic, it's relational, and it starts long before your employee updates their LinkedIn profile. So why do stay interviews matter, especially now? A great leader understands the value of ongoing conversations with their team, especially your high performers, or as I like to call them, HiPos. Because let me tell you, if your first real conversation with a HiPo is during their exit interview, you're already behind. If the first time you ask them how they're doing is after they've given notice, you're way too late. And guess what? Your HiPos are getting calls, even in challenging markets like these. How do I know? Because I'm the one making those calls. But seriously, top talent always has options. Always. They're known, they're respected, they have strong reputations, and they don't wait for an opportunity. Opportunities find them. So if you're not proactively checking in, someone else is. Okay, let's break this down. What are stay interviews? Here's what they're not. They're not a performance review. They're not a compensation conversation. And they're not, let's catch up and talk about your project. A stay interview is a structured but conversational check-in focused on one thing. What do you need in order to stay and thrive here? It's about understanding what they love about their work, what frustrates them, what drains them, what motivates them, where they want to grow, and how you can support that growth. Even if you find out that you can't support the growth that they're looking for in their current job or within the company, you can still support them and you can start to develop a succession plan. How often do you do this? Once a year is not enough. That's called a review. My suggestion, stay interviews should be done quarterly, especially for your HiPos. It's really more than retention. It's really about connection. I want to bring in something powerful from Harvard Business Review's article on loneliness. HBR found that employees today are more disconnected, more isolated, and more emotionally fatigued than ever, even the ones who seem perfectly fine. Loneliness now is not just a personal issue. It affects performance, productivity, and retention. And I'm going to take that a step further. Your HiPos are often the loneliest people on your team. Why? Because high performers carry more than their share. They solve problems quietly. They take on more responsibilities because others trust them. They don't complain. They don't ask for help. They just deliver. And they may be threatened by others on the team. therefore not included in that click. The HiPos may have never had to look for a job in their entire career. Many HiPos don't even have a resume. How do I know? Because this is the type of talent we work with. Everyone assumes they're good until they're not. And the quiet ones, they're often the ones who leave first. Stay interviews can interrupt that pattern. They create a moment of connection, a pause, a space where you can say, I see you, I value you, I want to understand what you need. This one conversation can eliminate the loneliness HBR talks about, the isolation, the disconnection, the sense of being unseen. And I will say, a lot of times retention isn't about perks or pay. It's really about being human. So here are some great questions to ask. They're simple, powerful, and they can open the door to an honest conversation. First, what do you like about your job? People light up when they talk about what's working. 2, what don't you like about your job? This is where the gold is. Listen without defensiveness. 3, how can I help grow your career? Ideally here, but if it's not, that's okay. I'm still going to support you. And yes, you say that part out loud. If they want something you can't offer, at least you know, and you can plan. That's called succession planning. And yes, I'm going to dive into that in another episode. And then the last question I love is, how can I support you better? And here's the important part of all of this: follow through. Even if you don't know the answer, you can't get back to them, you've got to go through a couple hurdles, make a couple calls, get back to them, and tell them when you're going to get back to them. These questions tell your team, especially your HiPos, I care, I'm invested, and I'm paying attention. So what makes state interviews so effective? Let's talk about ROI here. You learn things you would never hear otherwise. People are much more honest in a proactive conversation than they are in a goodbye conversation. You reduce preventable turnover. Most resignations have warning signs. Stay interviews help you catch them early. You strengthen trust. When someone feels seen and supportive, they stay longer and perform better. And lastly, you build a healthier culture. And culture isn't something that you write on the wall, as I've discussed before. It's something you reinforce and live in your conversations. So why am I talking about this now? Because we're wrapping up the year. So it's a perfect time to have these conversations before your team takes time off and before the new year. You'll know where your employee stands, and you've had that connection because once January hits, so do those calls. So here's your leadership challenge for the week. Schedule one stay interview, just one. Pick a HiPo, pull them aside. Sit them down without distractions. Ask questions, listen deeply. I love that one. Follow through. This 120-minute conversation could be the difference between keeping a star and losing one, because loneliness is real and it impacts both our personal and professional life. Turnover is expensive. Your HiPos are your future. Treat them like it. Retention doesn't happen by accident. It happens one intentional conversation at a time. So go make that conversation happen and then do it again next quarter, because great leaders don't wait for exit interviews. They stay curious, they stay connected, and they stay ahead. That's it for this episode of Hire Power. If you're ready to hire smarter connect with me at frostconnections.com or at LinkedIn at Kim Frost. And if you've got something to say about today's episode, follow the show and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Until next time, hire smart, lead better, and remember, how you hire is who you become. See you next week. No fluff, just better hires.